Buenas. Vámonos de paseo. A terminar. Voy a acabar este juego y no voy a saber diferenciar entre el sprint y el bloqueo. Vale. Oh, tenía ganas de jugarlo, tío. De terminarlo. Como todavía queda un par de horitas o cosas así, pero bueno. Y las voces han vuelto. Senua. Hello. Hello there. Por lo menos son educadas. Saludan. Hemos vuelto. Sí, estoy completamente convencido de ello. Seguro que me ayudan muchísimo. Seguro. El FOV no se puede tocar, tío. ¿No tiene esto FOV? No. Porque estaría muy de puta madre. Porque ocupa Senua media pantalla. Qué majas ahora, cuando creían que me había ido, ¿eh? Súper majas de repente. Dios, se escuchan muy bien ahora las voces. Se escuchan por la izquierda, por la derecha. Desde diferentes ángulos. Joder, quería seguir escuchándolas porque es que es increíble. Seguro que Senua no opina lo mismo. ¿Ves? Está hasta los huevos. Está la pobre hasta los huevos de las voces. Qué oscuro, ¿no?
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed his
Me voy a matar, ¿no?
and took the gold all for himself. Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark creature. A dragon.
A dragon. No inspira mucha confianza el puente, la verdad. No inspira nada de confianza. Go back, go back. Que no voy a vaquear. A ver. Ya empiezan a llevarme la contraria.
A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink. say, Dillion, if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadow?
They can't stop me.
Then do it.
Gato. Gatillo. Rompiosos. No estaba aquí hasta que he empezado a hablar, ¿eh?
The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here.
Vale, de esto sí que me acuerdo. O sea, me acuerdo de lo que pasaba aquí y tal, pero no me acuerdo de cómo se hacía. Bueno, imagino que tengo que ir hacia la luz. Por ahí no hay luz. Y ahí parece que hay una antorcha.
Don't be fooled. The beast is still here. No. It's a trick.
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. So loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
Just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now. They always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm ready.
Loca perdida también.
No, they want me with them. Stop! That's why they crawl through the walls. Don't listen. Do you see them? Do you see their faces? He's coming. Senua, help me! Help! Get me out of here! Don't go! Where has she gone? She's disappeared again. She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness.
Vale.
She took her own life to escape it. She can't remember when it started.
Ay. Ay.
Her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father, Sinbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it? The beast has been here. Everywhere.
Buah. Se va a apagar la antorcha, ¿no? Uf.
She'll have to go under. She has to. The torch will go out. The torch will go out. There's light in the distance. She has to go down. She can't see it. The light's gone out.
Corre.
Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is out.
Vale. Ve hacia la luz. Pero necesito... Estoy viendo por ahí antorchas. Eh. Fuego, fuego. Vale. Pillamos fuego. Y listo. Vale, aquí ya hay una runa.
The light will guide you.
Vale, creo que se va a hacer con el... Con esto. Tiene toda la pinta. Pero... No, así no. Desde aquí. No es mirando para el otro lado. Debería ser aquí, ¿no? Sí, 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 la estoy viendo, pero... ¿No se supone que es aquí?
Can you feel them? Can you see them? Where are they? She can't see them. She's not. Use your eyes.
No me deja. Se supone que es desde aquí.
Keep doing. Go.
Se supone... Ah, amigo. Ahora sí. Mira, ahora.
Hidden in plain sight. She hasn't. You have it. Keep going. Where's the next? Two more to find. Two more to find. Why are you doing these pointless
Vale, tenemos una. Faltan dos.
symbols are pointless? What if you collect them and there's nothing behind the door?
Pero claro, por aquí no había salida, ¿no? Tengo que volver por pantalones.
Just another trick.
Ah, oh sí.
With her real mission.
Hay una escalera ahí.
You don't. Your mother is
Y la antorcha hizo respawn.
Dillian, isn't it?
Vale. Vale, esto... Vale, sí. Antes he pasado por aquí, esto estaba bloqueado, atajo para volver. Vale. Aquí hay puerta. Dos puertas. Vale, está claro que por aquí no es. Da todo el cague esta zona, ¿eh? Vale, antorcha. Si iluminaras gratis... Vale, esto será un atajo para volver. Senua. Por aquí. Vale, aquí hay antorchas. Vale, esta es la primera parada de luz que he hecho al entrar en la oscuridad. Vale. Ahora la luz tampoco le salvará.
She's lighting the torch.
¿Por qué? Si lo tengo todo iluminado. ¿Cómo que? Vale. Madre de Dios. Vale. Vale. No, vale. Justo. What? Vale. Que no me ha dejado hacer focus hasta que no me han dicho focus. Wow, 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 wow. Venga. Venga ya. Vale. Ok. Cuidado, cuidado, cuidado. Antorcha, antorcha, antorcha. No he visto la marca. Sí, mírala. ¿Esto es una antorcha? Sí. Aquí hay otra. Ah, coño, mírala.
She has it. She did it. She's done it. Well done.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night. The faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what she
Vale, me he dejado una...
that there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father, Zinbel, could see the monster in her.
Vaya niñez, ¿sabes? O sea, la madre mal de la cabeza. Ella también. Y el padre ahí todo... No sé, rollo religioso de que estaban tocadas por la oscuridad y que tenía que purificarlas. De que no sé qué. Y las maltrataba. Tristísimo, vamos. Vale, por aquí ya he tirado. No sé qué camino me queda. Y la única luz de esperanza que tenía era Dillion. ¿Por aquí? No, por aquí he subido antes, ¿no? Pues eso, que la única luz de esperanza... Sí, esto es lo que he hecho antes. La única luz de esperanza que tenía era Dillion y se lo cargan. Pues no está bonito. ¿Qué pasa, gato? Miau.
Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this dragon's accursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces, and so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
Vale, es que, a ver, esto es lo primero que he hecho. Me he perdido. He bajado por aquí y he subido por aquí, desbloqueando la puerta. Después este camino es un poco confuso porque yo... Por aquí no puedo tirar. Claramente. El otro extremo me lleva hacia la derecha. Las antorchas... ¿Qué pasa, gato? ¿No maullas más? Ya nos hemos echado la... Bueno, te has echado la siesta mientras yo te acariciaba. No puede ser todo el día así. Se la soba. Nada. Vale. Por este camino también he tirado. Sí, estas antorchas las he encendido. Este es el camino donde he conseguido el segundo. Porque más camino por aquí no hay, ¿no? No. Me he dejado esta antorcha, pero bueno. Es que no hay más que ver. Aquí. Hay que ir a... Hay que ir a luchar, subir ahí para ver el símbolo y ya lo he hecho. Mal rollo. Y más adelante tampoco había nada. Había una caída al vacío, ¿no? Sí. Qué raro. ¿Y atrás del todo? Ah, espérate, ¿por aquí he tirado antes? No, ¿no? O sí, era para arriba. Vale, sí era para arriba. Nada, entonces aquí nada. ¿Y este camino? Vale, este camino no lo he visitado, creo. O sí, también tira para arriba. Son pasillos a ambos lados del pasillo principal. No llevan a ningún lado. Aunque hay una puerta bloqueada, que debe ser un atajo de subida desde algún otro lado, supongo. Porque vamos. Si no, no me lo explica. Aunque aquí también hay para encender... Hay para encender, pero no puedo acercarme a ella. Hay un muro invisible. Aquí no hay nada. Ahí. ¿Están diciendo so close? Por aquí tampoco puedo volver. A no ser que pueda bajar por aquí de alguna forma. Lo cual no tiene pinta. Senua, Senua. Me tengo que haber dejado algún camino que no estoy viendo porque soy... ciego. Vale, hagamos la técnica de... La técnica de salvar el laberinto. Poner la mano en una pared y recorrerla. Y siempre tener la mano apoyada en la misma pared. Truco infalible para salvarte de cualquier laberinto. Por mucho que tardes, al final siempre encontrarás la salida. Si no me la salto, claro. Vale, aquí imposible. Me falta la P. ¿Puede que esté donde la primera, aquí abajo? Porque había había como unos postes de madera, esos de ahí. Que para mí que era esto, ¿eh? Pero claramente no. Claramente no. Senua, Senua. Claramente no. Me he perdido muy fuerte, ¿eh? Es que me voy a... Que voy a apagar otra vez la antorcha y me apetece entre poco y nada. No apetece, la verdad. A ver. De hecho, jugablemente, teniendo en cuenta el diseño de un videojuego, aquí abajo no debería estar. Lo digo porque ha habido una sala para uno, una sala para otro, y falta uno, debe ser otra sala, la cual aún no hemos visto. Voy a seguir pegada a la pared. Ah, no, pero aquí es por donde he bajado antes. Aquí tampoco puede estar, porque es lo que me lleva a la primera sala de allí. Vale, esta es la puerta cerrada. Me he perdido muy fuerte, ¿eh? Pero mucho. Mi truco infalible para salir de un laberinto ha fallado. ¿Estoy yo loco o me...? Es que... El caso es que ni siquiera he visto la marca que te guía. Y me falta la P. Saltar no puedo. Esto no puedo abrirlo tampoco. Vaya parida, ¿no? El caso es que volver tampoco puedo, no me lo permite. Está un puente roto y el otro casi. Anonadado me hallo. De no encontrar... Tercera vez que visito este sitio, pero... No sé, otro camino a partir de aquí me parecería súper raro. Pero es que no se me ocurre nada. No, es que no hay más camino. Y por suerte la antorcha no se acaba. Solo faltaría. Y este camino que está como cortado, cuando debería seguir, ¿no? No solo debería seguir, sino que debería haber otra entrada por aquí, ¿no? Sí. Que es ese camino. Digamos que sería este, ¿no? Pero claro, está cortado. Y esta debería ser la puerta de vuelta. A no ser que desde el primer camino Desde el primer camino había otro camino. Había otro sitio al que ir. Como hacia arriba. Hola, y los nipe. ¿Qué tal? ¿Se me apaga la antorcha? No me jodas. Llevo 3 años con ella encendida. Se me va a apagar ahora. Eh. Luz. Vale. La sombra.
Do you feel it? The beast is crawling into your mind, searching for weakness. It found your mother and used her to trap you in here.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness. That she's with the gods.
Bueno.
But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
Según las creencias de su padre. Es un truco.
It's a trap.
Mierda.
It's coming.
La bestia. Ya puedes correr, amiga.
Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Zindo while you pined for Dillion. Do you remember that darkness, Senua? The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading.
Qué duro.
Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Dillion.
Y el padre estaba más loco que las dos juntas.
I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Dillion.
Lo que pasa es que el tema del RTX me doy cuenta que a veces hace unos brillos como unos reflejos extraños en la ropa y tal. Pero claro, eso lo hace por su cuenta el RTX, según la inclinación de la luz y tal. Vale. A por Dillion. ¿No lo veo desde aquí? No. No me acuerdo dónde lo encontrabas. Vale, antorcha. Y a por la cabeza de Dillion. Una runa. Voy a tener que pasar por ahí, seguro. Vale, no. No se me apaga. A ver, hay una runa aquí. Vaya. Vale. Vale. Muérete ya, cabrón. Aquí viene otro. Buah, un gordo. Espérate. Hijo de puta. Uno menos. Y otro menos. Cuidado. Focus. Otro. Vale. A ver, campeón. No, 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 no. La antorcha. Vale. A buscar la R. Vale. Camino chapado por derrumbamiento. Vale, algún juego puedes hacer aquí. Desde el otro lado. Está la R ahí, pero tengo que verla desde el otro lado. Ahí está. Ok. Aquí sí que se me apaga. Vale. Se ha sentado.
He was trying to save her from the darkness.
Zinbel was right.
Zinbel was trying to save her from the darkness.
Vamos, muchacha, que es para hoy. Cuidado. Cuidado.
She should have known. She should have. Why doesn't she learn? Maybe she learns. She doesn't understand.
Now the darkness has
Vale, veo ahí una marca de historia, aparte de la M.
She can search and search, but she will never
rampart of burning shields. Only a man who knew no fear would ever reach her. But like me, Sigurd is fearless and passes through the flames, just as I did, and wakes the sleeping warrior girl. She teaches him the secret wisdom of runes, namely victory runes, ship runes, runes for persuasion, runes for truth, runes for healing and help, runes for perception and power. Like Sigurd, the greatest young warrior of the North, you must learn the secrets of the runes to fight amongst the gods in hell.
Molt bé. Vale, la M. Por pantalones, ¿no? Vale, tengo que encender la antorcha esta para que proyecte la sombra, ¿eh? ¿Es eso? Pero si paso por ahí, poca sombra voy a tener. O sea, poca luz voy a tener para hacer sombra. No, 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 no. Es que no puedo hacer nada. Si corro hacia la derecha, ¿qué habrá? Vale. No, 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 espera. Tranquilidad, a ver cómo lo hacemos. Es que no sé una mierda. Vale, por ahí, por ahí, por ahí, por ahí. No, por aquí no. Espérate. Ahí. No, 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 no. Que no sé a dónde ir, tío. Cero indicaciones. La marca aumenta un poco. Vuelvo a tener la antorcha. Ah, me he quedado justo aquí. Este era el punto de control, vale. Tengo que volver a hacer así. Ah, claro, el problema es que veo tan poco, tío, que no sé por dónde tirar. La idea es buena, tirar por aquí. Por aquí. No sé. Es que no veo un carajo, tío. No veo un carajo. No puedo aumentar. En serio, después lo pongo otra vez normal, pero es que no veo. Es que no veo. No veo nada. Esto ahora se ve desde aquí. Pero no llego a ningún lado, ¿no? No me da tiempo, tío. Pues por ahí no puede ser. Es que no da tiempo. Hostia, chaval, que se me borra la partida. Esto es un poco... Bueno. Vale, igual... Porque he visto ahí una antorcha. Igual... Vale, es por aquí. Por aquí es por donde estaba intentando pasar antes, pero sin luz. Lo que pasa es que... Si enciendo la antorcha... Vale, vale.
What's she do? She's making light. She's making a fire. She's got light on the other side.
Si soy yo que soy un poco corto.
She'll be safe. What's her plan?
No, por aquí no era. O sí. No, sí, por aquí sí era. Vale. Ahora.
Where is she going?
Claro, con la antorcha aquella encendida.
Keep going. She has to. Get up. Get.
Mi gato es muy pesado, tío, te lo juro. Sale de mi cuarto, da la vuelta por la terraza y viene a mi puerta a tocarme para que le abra. Si acabas de salir por mi cuarto, hija de tu madre. Tira, anda. Mírala. Ay, mi niña guapa. Ay, ay, ay. Miau. Ay, 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 ay. Mira mi gatillo. Mira mi gatillo. Ay, mi gatillo. Miau. Se la ve. Mi gatillo.
What are you doing?
Y ahora tranquilamente. No era tan difícil. Soy yo que me complico la vida.
Where is she going? Faster, faster. Keep going. Keep going. What is she doing? Stop. Stop. Keep going. Follow you. Quick.
Ahí estamos. Ajá. ¿Mm? Ah, porque... Vale, primero seleccionarlo. Y ahora resolverlo. Vale. No era tan difícil.
She can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
Keep the torch alight.
Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak. And they say, Sigurd should eat the heart himself. Rain wants Fafnir's gold.
Pero quiero escuchar la historia.
Rain before Rain kills him. Sigurd should find Brynhild the Valkyrie. Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak. And they say, Sigurd should eat the heart himself. Rain wants Fafnir's gold.
El oro de Fafnir.
Sigurd should kill Rain before Rain kills him. Sigurd should find Brynhild the Valkyrie, who sleeps an enchanted sleep. Sigurd heeds the bird's advice. He kills Rain, eats Fafnir's roasted heart, and takes Fafnir's treasure. And he embarks on a new quest. To ride to Hinderfell and find Brynhild the Valkyrie.
Vale. Bueno. Las manos, qué mal rollo. Se va a apagar. Se va a apagar.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
Corre, coño.
Dillian, I see you. The beast has Dillian. No. You're not taking it from me.
I can smell your
No.
You betrayed your god.
I am leaving with him.
Turn your back on me. That is why Dillian
Se ha mosqueado.
into my shadow.
Coño. What? Wow. El focus. Vale. Hijo de puta. Vale. Vale.
Breathe and die. Put out the light.
Vale, ahora. Tenía que cargar. Ahí está.
Find it now. Watch
Wow. Me revienta. Qué hijo de puta. Vale. A ver, cuidado. Te fundió, cabrón. Uf.
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force, and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods. A familiar hand, cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals, kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness. Or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both. And so she left. Headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived. Maybe Dillian would still be alive.
I'm so sorry, my love.
She will save his soul. Even if this time she can't save her own.
Y lo dará todo por él.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore.
Listen.
But believe this. It was my mission to make you hate. To hate the darkness with a passion so great it would focus your mind on this quest.
Buenas, Regulus.
All this time, I've wanted to protect you from the truth that would have destroyed you a long time ago. But you have conquered your darkness at every turn. You deserve to see behind the veil of darkness.
Then take me to the mountain. As deep as we can go.
I won't stand in your way.
She has to trust him.
You will not survive what is in there.
I know.
Y se la suda. Pero va a salvar a Dillion. ¿Cómo va todo? ¿Ya terminando el juego? Pues queda poquito, supongo. Supongo no, queda poquito. Porque creo que, de hecho, estamos en la... Sí, este es el último tramo. Si mal no recuerdo. Este es el último tramo. Ahora bien, tenemos escaleras por ahí. Y por aquí nada.
I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods.
Vaya dramón.
I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see.
Vaya dramón.
I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillian. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
Escaleras por ahí y puente por aquí, ¿no? Vale, imagino que aquí atrás habrá un monolito o algo así. Vale, un segundo, que tengo que estar pendiente de WhatsApp por si acaso. Vale. Dadme un segundito y enseguida vuelvo. No, tardo 2 minutos. Hola. Ahora sí. Decoy, ¿has jugado al Final Fantasy VII? Porque escucho tanto de él y su historia que me lo descargué para ver qué tal. Lo tengo, el original, pero no lo he jugado. O sea, lo jugué en su momento, pero no me lo llega a pasar. No me lo llega a pasar. Y el remake ni lo he probado. Porque ya jugué al 15. Ya jugué al 15 y el combate no me convenció nada.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
El Ragnarok. Me muero. Había más camino por abajo, pero me he puesto a subir. Que igual había que hacer algo abajo para poder pasar por aquí arriba. Igual. ¿O no? Vale, ¿desde dónde puedo mirar eso? ¿Desde aquí? Ahí. Vale, ahora tengo que ir al otro lado. Ahora tengo que ir al otro lado a hacer lo mismo. Hostia, qué hijo de puta. Vale. A la mierda. Hostia. Hostia. Hay un huevo. Vale. Madre. A la mierda.
How will she do it? What will she do? How's she going to find his actual self?
Vale, no hay más camino, ¿no? El que... Por el que he subido, el que he ido a encajar el puente. Y una vez encajado ya solo me queda bajar, ¿no?
She cannot bargain with Hela. She's not strong enough to kill Hela. What does Hela want? No one can bargain with Hela. What does Hela want?
Mi alma.
She could give her. So no.
Ah.
She'd rather die. It's worthless. But it's all she has to
Las voces discutiendo si el alma de Senua merece la pena o no. Es el alma de una guerrera, está podrida.
Of course she is, no matter what she does. She can find her. She can find her at Ragnarok. She's a warrior. She's got Hela will want
Luchar al lado de Hela en el Ragnarok. Una buena oferta.
the bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before.
final battle.
The final battle.
Yes, it is.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
Vale.
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Vale. Pasarán muchas cosas y todas malas. No tiene pinta que desde aquí se pueda ver mucho. Qué raro. Ay.
She can do it.
She can do it.
She can still see the secrets of the gods.
Vale, pero me falta...
She must see. She has the sight.
Me falta ver este, ¿no? O esto puedo verlo desde el propio puente. Es que tiene pinta que no es parte del puente, que es parte de otra cosa. Míralo.
There's an illusion. She's found a way. There's a way.
Una puerta.
She can see. She must align herself. She can do it. There's the door. She aligns herself.
Y ahí veo fragmentos apuntando hacia el hueco del puente. Vale. Que por cierto, me he dejado alguna... algún pedestal de estos, ¿no? Un par, supongo. Esos dos me los habré dejado. Esos dos me los he dejado.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash. Trolls will walk the land. Men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Puedo subir o... ah, bueno, abrir atajo. Pero esto será más tarde para volver, pero bueno. No, más tarde, en cuanto suba, encaje el puente y tal. Para volver tiraré por aquí. Puedo seguir subiendo. ¿Aquí qué hay? Pelea. ¡Dos! ¡Ah, qué bien!
It's nearly over.
Vale. ¡Wow, qué guantazo, chaval! Venga ya. Levanta.
It's not over. It's not over. You can do it. Keep going. It's finished. You can do this. Go ahead. Focus.
¿Pero qué coño? Vale. A la mierda. Otra vez he confundido el bloqueo con... Igual ese era el bloqueo del... Vale. Del Sekiro, ¿verdad? Me suena que sí. Por eso lo estoy confundiendo tanto. Míralo, ahí está. Sí está encajado. Vale. Encajadísimo. Dos gordos me han puesto aquí, no veas. Dos gordos. Pero espérate, puedo seguir subiendo. ¿Qué hay aquí? ¿No me cuenta nada? Qué raro. Vale, bajemos. Y ya está. Dios, estamos ya en el final. Pero ya de ya. No, por aquí no, por aquí. Que he abierto el atajo. Y al puente. Y esta puerta me escama, tío. Porque parece que hay algo ahí. Pero bueno, realmente este es el camino que hay que seguir.
Take him down. He's gone.
Buah, la banda sonora, chaval. Me la he comido. Madre mía.
There's more. Be ready. He can defend himself.
Wow.
Behind you.
Madre de Dios. Vale. A la mierda. A la mierda. Vaya encadenamiento de focus que he hecho ahí.
She's getting closer to Hella.
Wait. What?
What happens when she dies? What happens to us? What happens to us?
We die too.
Do we die too?
We die too.
I don't want to.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Senua, stop. Turn back.
Stop. Stop.
Que me pare ahora, ¿sabes?
Senua, stop. What happens to us? Stop. Why would she stop to die? She won't stop. 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 I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
Se han puesto de acuerdo las voces.
Please stop. You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They are afraid, like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that.
Me ha faltado una ahí y creo que había otra.
It knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape.
Luego lo vemos por YouTube.
Is her help.
Wait,
Mother!
don't see me like this. No! Turn away, Senua! Turn away, Senua!
You see it, Senua? You see the darkness, faces fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed
El padre sí que estaba ido.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, Senua?
Fue el padre.
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you! And so you killed her!
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her! You killed her! You are the darkness!
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you. The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw the last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me!
A pelo de punta, chaval.
Watch out.
Súper poderosa ahora, ¿eh? Los mata de nada.
Behind you.
Un espadazo, chaval.
Be careful, Senua. Watch out.
Buah, son un huevo. Si es que les hago insta-kill.
Surrounded, Senua.
No recordaba que estuvieses tan fuerte aquí, ¿eh?
I can see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How you saved her?
He's here. I know he's here. Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
¡Buah! ¡Qué aguantazo! ¡Buah! ¿Qué ha pasado? Ah, que se ha vuelto a convertir... Hostia, que ahora son... Vale. ¿Me ha dado en serio? Vale, va cambiando.
Dillion! Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go.
Behind you.
I'm warning you.
Or what? What can you do to me that you haven't already? Fight me.
Betrayed your own
Come
father.
on.
You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion, in search of love. Look where that's got you. Let go of your battle. Let go of redemption. Let go of Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Uno menos. Otro menos. Otro. Cuidado. Vale. Joder. Tío, que he esquivado. Por detrás. Vale. Coño. Venga ya. Ah, bueno, aquí había que morir igual.
Behind you. Careful, Sigmund.
Sí, porque no paran de aparecer. Y cada vez vibra más el suelo para que te peguen.
Careful, Sigmund.
Que reaparecen todos, tío. Es que me los cargo a todos y vuelven a reaparecer. Sí, esto ya era el final. Que siguen reapareciendo, si es que no... No hay final.
Watch out. Let go of Dillion. Let go of your battle. Behind you.
A la mierda. Ese ya no lo he visto ni venir. Me quería aguantar todo lo que pudiera. Pero ahí me han pegado esas últimas hostias, me han reventado.
You're alive. And there's no doubt. Then you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save Dillion. forgiven me? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know it. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release him.
Qué bien hecho está, tío. Es una cosa. La cara, las expresiones. La voz. Es que es una cosa espectacular. Con muchos fallitos, porque ahora hablaremos. Pero
Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest. Nothing. And you will have no power over me.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senua. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea.
Ha aceptado la muerte de Dillion.
Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again. This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Y acepta que la oscuridad no está en ella.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness. Goodbye.
Madre de Dios. No sé si se aprecia, pero... Joder, los putos pelos de punta. Qué juegazo, tío. Si es que es la puta polla. Qué juegazo. Oh. Esta canción, por si os interesa, es Illusion de NVN Nation, se llama. Invin, ¿no? O VNV. ¿Cómo se llamaban? A ver. VNV. VNV Nation. I want to just stay. Please don't leave here. I don't want to you hate for the heart that you feel. The world is just illusion. Madre mía. Temazo. Temazo. Juegazo. Que es un puto juegazo que te cagas. Se nota que no es un triple A, que es un doble A. Se nota el tema de la mucha conversación. Mucho tiempo muerto entre conversaciones. Como que el tiempo no está bien medido. Muchas veces me tengo que esperar a terminar de escuchar la narración de una de las historias nórdicas. De Sigmund o las de Loki o de quien fuese. Porque si te alejas mucho del tótem dejas de escucharla o entra en conflicto con narración de la historia principal del juego. Se nota por esos detalles que no es un triple A. Y el combate también tal. Pero el juego, si durase más, se haría por todas estas cosas. Si durase un poquito más, sería pesado. Empezaría a hacerse pesado. Pero dura lo justo, te cuenta la historia que quiere contar, lo hace de putísima madre. Porque te va montando la historia y dices, vale, esto es lo que ha ocurrido al parecer. Y al final era el padre el que estaba loco, perdido la cabeza. La madre no se suicidó, la asesinó el padre. porque creía que albergaba en ella la oscuridad y todo esto. Un dramón, un dramón. Y me gusta mucho cómo está contada la historia. Me encanta la actuación de Melina Juergens, la fotógrafa que pasó a ser actriz para este juego. Una cosa espectacular. Una cosa que no veas. Tenía muchas ganas de rejugarlo. Tenía muchas ganas de rejugarlo. Muchísimas ganas. Igual ya ha salido el nombre ahí de Melina. Y no le he podido aplaudir. Ya lo siento muchísimo, la verdad. Please don't live here. I don't want to you hate. The world is just illusion. Try to change you. Como molaría. Y la canción esta viene, vamos, como anillo al dedo. Porque es como si se la estuviese cantando Dillion a Senua. Tengo mucha curiosidad de ver el 2. A ver, imagino que el combate será más desarrollado. El combate al principio dices, hostia, parece que mola y tal, pero no tiene profundidad ninguna. No es la intención tampoco. Quiero ver muchas cosas. Quiero ver el 2. O sea, no lo considero para nada necesario, porque no es necesario. Este juego para mí acaba perfecto. A pesar de todos los problemas mentales que tiene Senua. Sobre todo por su padre. Supongo que habría algo base en ella. O no, o a lo mejor fue solo cosa del padre, porque la madre también se volvió loca. Así que puede ser, no sé. No sé si eso llega a tener un fuerte componente genético. O a lo mejor los dos estaban locos o se volvieron locos, vete tú a saber. Precuela. No, el caso es que, aunque no lo vea necesario, porque esto para mí acaba redondo, es la historia de Senua navegando en sus miedos, superándolos y aceptando la muerte de su amado, de la única persona que alumbraba su vida. Asumir que ella no tiene la oscuridad, que fue por culpa del padre. Y de la gente que cualquier excusa para encubrir el miedo. O explicar algo que no tiene explicación de momento. ¿Qué pasa? Pues que la oscuridad la ha traído Senua. En fin. Deja de culparse. Deja de intentar salvar a Dillion cuando ya está muerto. Y acaba aceptándolo. Y para mí acaba perfecto. Ahora, el 2 ¿cómo seguirá? Vale que acaba el juego en plan Senua diciendo ven conmigo como para correr aventuras o algo así. Pero eso yo lo veo más una frase como para decir que no piensa rendirse, no piensa morir como su madre, como creía que se había suicidado por no aguantar las voces. No, que piensa vivir y piensa luchar y piensa vivir una vida como la que Dillion no pudo vivir. Gracias a todos nuestros fans y supporters por hacer Hellblade posible. Si quieres saber más sobre la psicosis y los trastornos de salud mental, es verdad que hablaron con muchísimos psiquiatras y psicólogos para documentarse, para hacer, para representar bien el tema de la dolencia de Senua. Y muchísima gente que tiene parientes, amigos o incluso gente que padece ciertos problemas han dicho que está muy bien representado. Reportaje de esto hay que verlo, ¿no? Escenas de juego, recomendamos. Vale. Melina Juergens.
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. What if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake?
Aquí, señores con profesorados ayudando a hacer este juego.
Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes.
Yes, she's scared.
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
La psicosis de Senua. Escrito y narrado por...
Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about
Aye.
Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And
La
so
tipos.
Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillian, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
No!
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was druth, meaning fool, or liar, one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth.
Anda, que no hay curro detrás, chaval. Hay una de curro. Ahí está.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness, such as psychosis, is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Ya ves.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much. Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. It's fascinating.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules.
Es mentira porque una mujer no me puedo sentir identificado con él.
If we were to represent Senua's psychosis, we would have to...
Hay gente que lo piensa de verdad, me vuelve loquísimo, tío.
But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Así grabaron las voces.
Fernyhough provided. I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you. Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our
Cómo mola,
studio
tío.
with 2 young voice heroes to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also crucially listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the visions or what we're seeing is too much, it becomes more difficult until eventually we practice don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told, were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
As we'll know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me, insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deep.
Vamos, que se lo curraron como nadie los cabrones para hacerlo. Con profesores, con pacientes, hablando, enseñándole el trabajo a ver cómo iba, qué cambiarían. Tomándoselo en serio de verdad. Para hacerlo lo más fiel posible. Es una locura. También recaudaron dinero para asociaciones de ciertas enfermedades mentales como la psicosis. No me acuerdo si un día o una semana, que era el día o la semana de las enfermedades mentales. Reproducir pausa. Eso, que era algún día de enfermedades mentales y tal. Y dijo Ninja Theory al principio del día, todo lo que recaudemos en el día de hoy o en la semana de hoy, no me acuerdo si fue un día o una semana, todo lo que recaudemos será íntegramente donado a asociaciones de enfermedades mentales y tal. Yo me acuerdo que en ese día le regalé el juego a alguien, no me acuerdo a quién. Porque yo ya lo tenía, que si no me lo volvía a comprar. Bueno.
Showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice screaming at her, slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a
little
for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on, feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations or not far enough?
Broken and left. Just like your soul.
Come on.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete Senua's quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need a sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking
Claro.
patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis.
Claro, dijeron como que se ve como muy real lo que está haciendo Senua con las runas y todo esto, y los propios pacientes dijeron, es que para nosotros, lo que vemos y vosotros no podéis ver, para nosotros es lo normal. Lo vemos normal como vosotros podéis ver vuestro día a día. Y es totalmente verdad, tío. Que tú fíjate, es que no, es súper complicado de imaginar. Es súper complicado de asimilar. Es increíble, tío.
But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering.
Nuestra editora de vídeo. Llevaba varios meses asumiendo el papel de Senua. Esto me encanta, tío.
Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her.
¿La veis? ¿Eh? ¿La veis? Esto es lo más cerca que vamos a estar de ver a Dios en la tierra. Lo más cerca. Pero por mucho. Mucho. Muchísimo.
Well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exacerbated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel
Ya
her
ves.
reality around a concept that connects everything. The darkness. So the question is, what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near final game. It was a chance to see if the game had reflected their views or if it had misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty. I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Hellblade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory kind of asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
Es una cosa espectacular.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
El cráneo de Dillion.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals were able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
A ver. Con mensaje un poquito, vamos a blanquear las cosas. No. Que sí que es verdad que hace falta tener, no sé, una inventiva, una imaginación, algo para idear e inventar algo que no existe. Algo totalmente abstracto y llevarlo a realidad. Pero tampoco es plan de blanquear aquí la psicosis. Juegazo. Juegazo. podríamos ver la escena que nos hemos saltado. Claro, pero es que yo aquí estoy viendo gameplays. Podéis buscarlo en un gameplay. Básicamente es el final con todas las runas. A mí me han faltado 2. Es simplemente una escenita. No era muy larga, creo recordar. No, no era muy larga. Pero que estoy viendo mucho gameplay, así que cada uno la vea por YouTube o como guste. En fin, un placer volver a haber jugado a Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Y nos hemos visto el reportaje, que es una cosa bellísima. Es una cosa espectacular de juego. Yo le tengo mucho cariño, es uno de mis juegos favoritos. Y no puedo estar más contento con él. Y encima ahora lo he jugado a todo a tope con el Ray Tracing. Maravilloso. En fin, mañana más y mejor. Mañana Isaac, supongo. Ya veremos. En fin, nos vemos mañana y hasta luego.